Welcome to this new support call for our Sunday appointment. It's Silvia here with you today. I'm your Eroteric artist and evolutive mentor, here to support our conscious evolution. And today I come to you with a very special topic which is dear to my heart and which emerged in my world lately, and therefore I desire to share with you more in depth what kind of value and power it can bring to our life. Before to jump into today's topic, I remind you that to work with me, you can simply write an email to the address which I have shared here below in the description of the video. At the moment, there are a few possibilities to work with me. You can enjoy my oracle consultations. Otherwise, you can work more specifically with art in my private 101 MUSE session. And I also have a 3-month program which works with awakened individuals who desire to truly master themselves, their powers, and expand from where they are into a further, much brighter and abundant and fulfilling life experience. So whether it is for my oracles, for my MUSE session, and for the self-mastery program, you can send me the email to apply for the program, the path that you prefer, which you feel more attuned with who you are. Beyond this, you can also book a custom order for an art piece. I am an artist as well, so therefore you can have your talisman, your symbol, your portrait. I got a few options here as well. So simply write to me and let me know which is your request, which kind of support you are looking for. Okay, shall we jump into today's topic, holograms? Let's start from the very beginning. What are holograms? I got here with me a resource, so I'm going to read it. And it says, I simply went through a very basic internet search just to have a few very simple and basic details. And it says a hologram is a three-dimensional virtual image created using light. And this is very meaningful for me as well. And then it also says you can go through your own, research by your own. I just want to share a few meaningful details. It also says they are products of a specific optical technology that uses light waves. So I got very fascinated by this thing that holograms are created by light, are created using light, rays of light. And here I want to go back just for a moment to the concept of God, because God is that being, that sovereign, which gives form and life to anything it touches with its own light. So God is the luminous, is the one that radiates light. And with this light, it gives life to things, to objects, people, circumstances, situations, anything it can touch. So I love this similarity, with holograms. Holograms are created using light, using rays of light, exactly as a God does. There is something specific which differs from these holograms which are created with technology, And actually, the holograms that we as gods incarnated in physical body, we create. We have, and we are so powerful. I want for you to just ponder about this during this time together today. We are so powerful that we have the ability to create holograms which are tangible in our three-dimensional reality. Because when we consider holograms created by technology, those holograms are not tangible. They are images, we can see them moving in the space, but in case we want to touch them, we simply pierce, the field of energy, and we wouldn't be able to touch them. Instead, us, as human beings, which means gods incarnated in a human body, we have this amazing, so mighty power to give life to holograms and to touch them. And this is something so important. I want for you to recognize that as we are incarnated, everything that we experience needs for us to be physical. Otherwise, we wouldn't have come down to earth and decide to jewel into a physical body. This is what makes the difference when we understand how we work, how we create the reality in which we live, and before all of this, how powerful we are. So when it comes to holograms, I titled this live today, Playing with Holograms. How do we relate to them? How do we relate to human holograms? I want to call them like this, just to differ them by the holograms created through technology. Those are simply images, Imagine them as very simple entities that can seem like human. They can speak, they can move, they have colors, However, we cannot touch them. Instead, when we live our life as gods, we do create holograms from the quantum field to the physical field, terrestrial field, by placing our attention towards that specific thing, variation, option, opportunity, possibility, call it as you like. When we do direct our ray of light, which is our intention, our focus, towards that particular thing, we give it life. And from our quantum field, from the field of energy which dwells within us, we project it outside of us in three-dimensional form and also in three-dimensional life. And we can touch it. This is such a difference. When we compare human holograms with techno holograms, let me call them like this. So how do we play with our own holograms? With the holograms created by this such powerful technology, which is our human body that works in connection with our soul, with consciousness. We need to come down to the concept that we are the only sovereign in our own reality. So me, in my own reality, I am the only one who commands my reality. You, in your own reality, are the only one who commands your own reality. Therefore, I've got complete sovereignty in anything I decide, anything I direct my light laser towards, and anything I come to connect with in three-dimensional world, in my physical world, the world that I can touch. So how do I relate? How do I play with these holograms? Well, I need to understand, to know, to embody that I am the only God. I am the only commander, the only owner of these holograms which I have created. Therefore, the holograms, human holograms in my own reality, can only do, act, think, speak what I command that they do, act, behave, speak, think, move, whatever it is. I am the one that gives the command to the hologram. Therefore, this comes back to the concept of free will, and therefore my total sovereignty on the holograms which are in my own reality. Holograms in my reality, physical people, events, situations, objects, none of them have got power unless I give it to them. The only power they have is the power I give to them. So they move, they act, they do exist exactly in the way I decide I want them to exist. Therefore, do you understand how big is our power, how potent we are, and which responsibility as well we do have? And recognizing this kind of responsibility doesn't have to be a weight on our shoulders. It must be a joyous thing, a joyous awareness, a thrilling awareness about all the power that we have, that we own, that we are, and about all the things that we can create and experience in our life. I mean, physical life. Because in our quantum life, in our quantum field, in the energy field which dwells within us, which is pure consciousness, there we do experience anything that we desire and choose and select. In the very same moment we do it. Because everything already exists within us. And when we simply decide that we want to experience a certain particular thing, in that very moment, we are already experiencing it in our quantum reality, in our QD, in our quantum dimension. The thing is that we are consciousness incarnated in human body. Therefore, we have this perpetual pull to experience everything in the three-dimensional world as well. This is natural when we are incarnated. This is simply how things work in this reality, three-dimensional one, on planet Earth. And this is because we have chosen to be here. Otherwise, we would have chosen to stay in the energy world, in the ethereal world, and simply live as consciousness, floating here and there towards universes. Because we are here incarnated, then we have this perpetual pull to experience things on a physical, material plane, where we can touch things, people, objects. So this is the way we play with holograms. I say hello to all of you who are here. Welcome, welcome. In case you have any questions, you can place them here below, and also let me know which is your experience with holograms. Do you know that you are creating your holograms? And I mean human holograms. It's so important to specify this because we can touch them. So instead of calling them holograms, we could call them simply products of our own consciousness. So everything we have around, And I want here to specifically talk about people, because it is more on, it is more on people. Often I say more attachment to people, but it can also be attachment to objects or situations, circumstances, We do understand when we relate to them as products of our own consciousness that they do not have charge. They are neutral. So we can play with them, taking off the charge from them. So everything we have around is simply neutral. There's no attachment. There must be just the complete awareness of my power in regards to these things. And therefore, my complete awareness and embodiment of my power acting accordingly in my reality, acting according in my quantum reality, first of all, in my QD, my quantum dimension, first of all, because all the works goes on here in this quantum oven, and then poof, I do take out of my quantum oven these products, people, objects, circumstances. Hello, welcome. Let me know if you have any questions about this particular topic which I'm bringing up today. Do you relate to people, things, events, circumstances in your reality as products of your own consciousness? Do you relate to them as human holograms that you can touch? I prefer in this space to call them products, so that we can take off the charge, we can apply on them our full power, and know that we are the only one commanding them. Do you understand how deep and profound this is? This is it, in regards of our own power, in regards of what we can create and experience in our own life. So I love to know from you, also when you are catching the reply, you can let me know your questions or, your comments, your experiences. In case you have any question now, you can place it here below, because this is also a support space which I do offer on Sundays to explore together and grow together. And when you have, a topic which relates to the topic which I'm bringing up, you're very welcome to place your comment. And also when you feel inspired to ask something different, you can place again your comment here below. So said this, I know that this is a very, very powerful issue to explore and to become aware of. It takes away a lot of weight from our shoulders when we think and maybe believe that others have power. They do not have power. We have power. So this is also a message for you to come back to who you are. Come back to yourself, to your power. Remember who you are and act accordingly. Know your power. Know that you are sovereign. And then choose accordingly. You can choose wherever you desire. You can choose wherever you want. You can be wherever you decide to be. This is the power you have. This is the power you only have in your reality. It's only you who have this power. Therefore, use it. Use it with awareness, with joy, with enthusiasm, because you know that you are God and you are the only one who is able to radiate light and to give life to anything you decide to experience. You ask me, does meditation help with this thing? I answer, it depends. Wonderful question, but it depends. It depends on your level of awareness. I mean, the less aware you are of your powers, the less connected you are with your powers, the more we tend to search outside of us for tools to help us, to support us. And this is normal and natural when we live life as human beings, when we have not remembered yet which is our own power. So in this case, meditation can help. Which kind of meditation? I will say a meditation that works on self-power, on self-awareness, on knowing that I am the source, I am the God. So a meditation that goes around the God state, the I amness, the power within, being the source, being, the source of anything. However, the more we evolve, the more we expand, and the more we remember who we are. Therefore, the more we merge with consciousness, the less we need external tools. So I dare say that meditation, can be useless in this case, because when I do know that I am consciousness, I do not need anything outside of me. I simply know I am consciousness. So I embody it. I am. I am all that is. I am power. I am God. I am the one that I am. I am totally. Do you sense, do you understand, you embody this frequency within you? So when you are consciousness, when you are completely merged with consciousness, you don't need any kind of tool. You don't need practices, you don't need meditations, you don't need rituals. You simply know that you are. So these are the two extremes, of evolution, a very basic or none at all level of evolution when we do live our life through our humanity, through our humanness. So we are totally connected to rational mind, and we are, very, very attached to everything physical, everything three-dimensional, and we search outside of us. The other extreme is when we are totally merged with consciousness. We know who we are, we know our power, therefore we do not search for any kind of tools, and we simply refer each time inside of us. So is there something in the three-dimensional world which I may not know how to relate with? This feels already weird, because when I'm consciousness, I know anything, I know everything, I am power. So I do command everything, so I do not search for anything outside of me. And then I dare say that there is a middle point with all the other options along the way, where we may not so aware, we may switch from consciousness to a very mere state of mind, and therefore sometimes we may search for a technique or a tool or a meditation or something. I want to add that regardless your level of evolution, accept everywhere you are, with this internal knowing that you are always living your life at the best, and whether you are aware or not, consciousness is always working through you. So it's equally important to embrace where we are at each given moment, knowing that it's simply an instant, and the instant after, which is always living in the present, can be different. So one instant you can be totally human and you can be caught in your mental cage, and the instant after, which is a completely new life, you can be completely aware of who you are. You can have an illumination, a sudden insight, and suddenly all your words, your life changes. So this was a very beautiful and powerful question. And I know that I've answered you in its totality. So is there anything else you would like to know? I may give you a few more instants, because we are already close to the half hour. I usually offer these Sundays calls for around 20 minutes. Today we went a little bit farther. However, I'm very happy about it, because when, valuable material emerges, it's always a pleasure to share it, to expand it, to explore it together. Okay, so wrapping up this this call, let me know, of course, in case you are catching the replay, which are your sensations and your experiences as well with this topic which I brought up today. In case you have any other questions, you can place them here below. I'm always very happy to read them, to answer them, and also to use them to create new content, and maybe to share other live calls to support us all. I also remember, I also want to remind you which are my offers at the moment. So there are the Oracle consultations. There is my MUSE session, which is a one-on-one private call that goes all around creativity and connecting with your own power and exploring a very specific topic you may want to have some more guidance or clarity on. And we work specifically with creativity. And then I've got my 3-month program, Self-Mastery, for awakened individuals who want to literally be masters of their own life in all areas of their own life, and to expand and grow through their self-mastery. Today it's English speaking live call, because I do offer English support as well. My channel actually was born as an English speaking channel, and then I received requests for Italian speaking content as well. Therefore, I am offering both of them, as I am Italian mother language, and I also speak English. All my work has always been in English, and I had a few spots here and there for Italian people. I've always felt that English was more universal, so to speak. I always wanted to reach the hugest amount of people, and in my experience, in my words, English has been the key to open portals, to open a lot of portals. Therefore, this is for English speaking people today. On Sunday, it's an English speaking space, which I do offer. On Thursday, at noon, I have another dedicated space only for Italian speaking people. So in case you are Italian and you understand both of languages, you can also join my Thursday support call. Okay, we are 30 minutes on. So very happy for this live today. subscribe to the channel as well to keep on supporting my work as well as I'm supporting our growth. You are supporting me. When you desire to work with me, the email is shared below in the description. And yes, sending my blessings. Have a beautiful Sunday, and wherever the name of the day, remember that each day is unique and it's your own opportunity to jewel in your power to live through consciousness. Okay, goodbye, my dears. Many kisses, many blessings, and let's be powerful because we are here indeed to be. Bye.